Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Story Time. Let's see who we have in the building. We have Edward Smart in the building. He says, "Hey, Deborah. How are you, Edward? So glad that you could join us today for Story Time. I appreciate having you here." We have Rico, Bazaar Food, in the building tonight. He says, "Hey, Deborah. How are you, Rico? I hope you're feeling a lot better." We have World Tour Ralph in the building tonight. He says, "Hey." Edward Smart shouting out Rico. We have our very own 12 Bells in the building tonight. How are you, sis? She shouting out Edward Smart. Then we have the hardest working man in the YouTube streets. Found his way to have some time for story time. He's actor slash basketball player slash part-time vlogger, full-time student, and he still finds time to fit in story time. How are you, Kane E. Moore? He says hello. 12 Bells is shouting out Kane E. Moore. Edward Smart says hey to 12 Bells. 12 Bells is giving me those bug eyes saying Deborah sneaky. What you mean, why you say I'm sneaky, 12 Bells? Why you say that, 12 Bells? Why you say I'm sneaky? Then we have Katie Moore says, "I'm on my tour bus with my band and Machi. We're going to Chicago. I got a part in a movie there, and my band is recording an album there." That is wonderful news. You all be safe on that road, and be safe, especially if it's a city you're not familiar with. So you make sure you all be safe. Stay safe. And congratulations again on your part in the movie. That is wonderful news. We have Miss Eating with Miss P in the building tonight. She says, "Hello, everyone. How are you, Miss P? So glad you could join us tonight for story time." 12 L says, "Wow," at Kane says, "Are you vlogging for your channel?" Yeah, you should be able to get some good videos and some vlogging done, Kane, in your spare time. I mean, I don't know how busy a actor's life is and what they can fit in, but that sounds like a great opportunity to get in some great vlogs while you all there. Just make sure you be safe. We have our very own Be the Difference Clothing in the building. She says, "Hey, hey, Deborah's Glad Tidings, 12 Bells, Katie Moore, Edward Smart, Eating with Miss P, and all watching ads." And I love it when she says, "Yes, yes." So thank you for coming in to story time tonight, 12 Bells. Be the Difference Clothing. 12 Bells says hello to Eating with Miss P. Machi says, "Hello, we're going to Chicago," and he's all smiles. Thank you for being here, Machi, even in the midst of your travel. Edward Smart is shouting out Be the Difference Clothing. And 12 Veils is shouting out Joy. Kanie Moore says, "Sure, 12 Veils, I'll vlog in Chicago." That is great. That is great. Be the Difference says, "I'm here." Yes. Yes. Be the Difference is here. Eating with Miss P is shouting out Candy Moore, Machi, and Rico Bizarre Foods. Rico says hi to Be the Difference and Eating with Miss P. And Be the Difference is saying hey to Rico. Candy Moore says my band said hey. Tell your band I said hey. From StoryTime, Candy Moore. And I pray you all have safe travels. Rico says, I'm doing good. And you? I'm doing pretty good, Rico. I mean, any day above ground is a great day. I had a lot of fatigue and some neuropathy pain going on. But, I mean, all things considered, all I can say is I'm well. And we have our very own 50 Plus, a.k.a. Gifty Plus, in the building. He says hello to Deborah's Glad. And Rico says, what's up to 50 Plus? We have 10 Veils in the house. 10 Veils climbed out from underneath that bed. That's an inside joke. And made it into story time. Says, I'm here too. That's all right. We appreciate having you, 10 Veils. We glad you took some time out from with your friends underneath that bed and came to story time. 50 Plus is shouting out Rico. He says, hey. And he's shouting out Be the Difference Clothing. Candy Moore says, I have a friend in Chicago. He's going to record our new album. And plus, I have family in Chicago. Oh, well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, Candy Moore. Say it could be a family affair. That's all right. You get to visit some relatives that you haven't seen. But make sure you still stay safe regardless. Stay safe. 50 Plus says, hello to everyone. Edward Smart is shouting out 50 Plus. Be the Difference is shouting out 50 Plus and she's laughing. 50 Plus is shouting out Edward Smart, says hello. Candy Moore says they're here watching story time with me while we're traveling. That's wonderful that you're sharing me out with your band while you're traveling. I appreciate that, Candy Moore. 10 Veils is laughing and says hey to 50 Plus. Kane says, my parents got a divorce and my dad moved to Chicago, so I'm going to spend some time with him. That's great news. That is great. I'm happy for you. 50 Plus says, Deborah, glad Tidings, I shared you out. Thank you for that, 50 Plus. I appreciate it. Thank you. And he's shouting out 10 Veils. So welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to Storytime. I appreciate you joining me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with our story. It's not a super long story. I feel a little better than I did earlier because I actually was trying to do an upload, but you know, with YouTube, with whatever it is they got going on, their progress is slow. So I couldn't do it, but I didn't want to cancel story time. So we will dive right into our story. It's not a super long one, but we'll get right into it. Let me move this echo. Okay, here we go. The battlefield of NAGA Samurai Go Ichi, located in NAWNEY'S world, was being prepared to facilitate the movement of Angel's Army, Foodie Squad, and the Brotherhood Squad with large cavalries. Team Ranger 92308 used KFS Logging Company to uproot trees and to clear the ground in the Barrow Woods. This created a Wavy Winsday for Bird because she lived in a nearby tree and was wondering if this movement was going to affect the tree which held the nest of her young. If so, that would definitely interrupt her comfort zone lifestyle and her stress-free zone. Bird was a mama bear of 4. The oldest of her young was King Guided Eagle, the youngest was Hummingbird, and the other 2 were named Fire and Air. As the tree that held her young was being knocked down, her nest landed on the ground along with Hummingbird and his siblings, who were all too young to fly. This is where it gets real for Bird. This messed up Bird's Thursday vibes, but miraculously, they were unharmed. The vulnerable and frightened Bird looked around for help. Just then, Bird saw Soldier Poet scanning the field with Angel's Army, Foodie Squad, Commander Rancor, and the Brotherhood Squad. They were there to physically examine the battleground and devise a winning strategy before the onset of the war. Bird flapped her tiny wings with all her might to reach Soldier Poet's chariot as they drove away. "Please save my children, Soldier Poet," Bird pleaded. "They will be crushed tomorrow when this battle starts." "I hear you," said Soldier Poet, "but I can't interfere with the law of nature. All I know is that you are my Savior, O Lord, and I am precious to God TV, and God loves me. I rest my children's fate in your hands. You can kill them or you can save them. It's up to you now," Bird cried unto the Lord. The wheel of time moves indiscriminately, Soldier Poet spoke like an ordinary man, implying that there wasn't anything he could do about it. "I don't know your philosophy," Bird said with faith and reverence. "You are the wheel of time. That's all I know. I surrender to thee. Stock food for 3 weeks in your nest," Soldier Poet told Bird, "because this will be no minute tour. You and your young will need to relocate to eat, to live strong during the war." Unaware of the ongoing conversation that Bird was having with Soldier Poet as she flew in and out, all about the chariots, Angel's Army, Foodie Squad, and the Brotherhood Squad was trying to shoo Bird away, until they noticed that Soldier Poet was super smiley and smiled continuously at the bird. She fluttered her wings a few minutes in obedience and flew around and around until Soldier Poet gave her instructions. It's perfect, thought Bird, as he instructed her to fly into a bell. I can just relax now, she thought. I am content. Two days later, just before the boom of the conchs announced the commencement of battle, Soldier Port asked Angel's Army, Foodie Squad, and the Brotherhood Squad for their bow and arrows. Angel's Army and the Foodie Squad was startled because Soldier Poet vowed to not lift any weapons during the war. Besides, Angel's Army and the Foodie Squad believed that Soldier Poet was the best archer of all of them. Order me, Lord, said Soldier Poet with conviction, because he was God's child and he knew God's in control. Nothing impenetrable for my arrows, he continued. Quietly taking the bow and arrows from Angel's Army, Foodie Squad, and the Brotherhood Squad, Soldier Poet took aim at a nearby elephant, shooting one after the other. Instead of bringing the animal down, one of the arrows eventually hit the bell around its neck. And then Bird flew inside, pursuant to Soldier Poet's instructions. Angel's Army and the Foodie Squad couldn't contain their laughter, seeing that Soldier Poet missed such an easy mark, being the tactical technician he was. Should I? Angel offered. Again, ignoring his reaction, Soldier Poet gave him back the bow and said that no further action was necessary. But why did you shoot at that elephant? Angel's Army and the Foodie Squad asked. Because of the bell around its neck. Since the trees that Bird held her nest in had been knocked down, they had no shelter. So I instructed Bird to shelter her young in the bell. Which bird? Angel's Army and the Foodie Squad asked. Soldier Poet just continued. Also, the animal is unhurt and alive. Only the bell is gone. Dismissing Angel's Army and the Foodie Squad's questions, Soldier Poet instructed them to blow the conch, and the war began. Once the war began, numerous lives were lost over the next few days. Soldier Poet, Angel's Army, and the Foodie Squad had won the war. Once the war had ended, once again, Soldier Poet took Angel's Army and the Foodie Squad with him to navigate through the muddy field. There were many corpses still lying around, waiting for burial, and the battlefield was littered with severed limbs, heads, leafless steeds, and horses. Soldier Poet stopped at a certain spot and looked down thoughtfully at the huge bell. Angel's Army and the Foodie Squad, he said, will you lift this bell for me and put it aside. The instruction, though simple, made very little sense to Angel's army and the Foodie squad. After all, in the vast field were plenty of other things that needed clearing away. Why would Soldier Poet ask them to move an insignificant piece of metal out of the way? They looked puzzled at each other and him questioningly. He replied, "Yes, this bell," in a stern tone as he reiterated his position. "It's the same bell that had come off the elephant's neck I had shot at." Angel and Foodie bent down to lift the heavy bell without another question. As soon as they lifted it, their world changed forever. 4 young birds flew out, one after the other, followed by their mother, Bird Bird. Bird Bird swirled in, circled around Soldier Poet in great joy. For Bird Bird, these were magic moments. Bird Bird was just so blessed to have met Soldier Poet in her hour of need, because she was just living life. She felt he was heaven sent. The one bell cleaved several days ago had protected the entire bird family. "That was some creative thinking," said Angel. "That bell was just key to protect the little birds and their mother from the war." "Forgive me, Soldier Poet," said Angel, Army, and Foodie Squad. "Seeing you in the human body and behaving like ordinary mortals, I had forgotten who you really are." And that concludes our story for tonight. It wasn't a long one. And these are the YouTubers featured in the story tonight. In NAGA, Samuria Go Ichi, NAWNEY'S World, Angel's Army, Foodie Squad, Brotherhood Squad, Team Ranger 92308, KFS Logging Company, Barrow Boy Woods, Wavy Winsday, Comfort Zone Lifestyle, Stress Free Zone, Bird Bird, Mama Bear of 4, King Guided Eagle, Hummingbird, Fire and Air, It Gets Real, Thursday Vibes, Soldier Poet, Commander Rancor, Precious to God TV, God Loves Me, Minute Tour, Eat to live strong. Super smiley. It's perfect. Just relax now. I am content. And I believe it's I am content, but they're spelled the same way. So for the sake of my story, I said I am content. God's child. God's in control. Tactical technician. Magic moments. Just so blessed. She living life. Heaven sent. Creative thinking. And just key. Those are the YouTubers featured in our story tonight. Let's go and see who I missed, because I don't want to miss anybody coming in. We have Limbless in the building. And if we have any birthdays tonight, could you drop it in the stream? We want to celebrate you, StoryTime style. We have Limbless in the building. Says, hello, I'm in Kane's band, Chicago trip. I've never been to Chicago. Oh, okay, that's wonderful. I hope you have a good time. I hope you enjoy yourself, Limbless. And make sure you be safe while you're there. 10 Bell says, I've never been to Chicago either, but I got family there. Okay. Be the difference is shouting out 10 Bells. We have She Wanna's Creative Circle in the building. She says, have you on my TV, sis, with my popcorn. Laugh out loud. 50 Plus is shouting out She Wanna. We have Gigi's Gluten-Free Lab in the building. Says, hello, Deborah's glad. How are you, sis? What's going on? And I'm going to give you a call when we finish here. Be the difference is shouting out She Wanna. Gigi shouting out She Wanna. Be the difference shouting out Gigi and Limbless. Gigi says hello to 50 Plus. Tim Vale says hey to Be the Difference Clothing and She Wanna. Tim Vale says hey to Gigi. Gigi says hello to Be the Difference and to 10 Vales. 50 Plus shouting out Gigi. Edward Smart shouting out Gigi. Gigi shouting out Edward Smart. She Wanna shouting out 50 Plus. Be the Difference. 10 Vales, Gigi, and Edward Smart and Kane E. Moore. We have NQ's World in the building. How are you, sis? So glad you could join us for story time. I don't know at what point you walked in, but I hope you were in time for the story. She says, hey, been here since since you started. Jess was driving. Well, you be safe on that road. And she's saying hey to everyone. In Q's World, I decided to use NAWNEY'S World tonight instead of you. I almost used you, but then I said I haven't used NAWNEY'S World. So I used her instead. We have Mr. Random in the building. How are you, Mr. Random? He says, hey, Deb's glad tidings. Tim Bells is shouting out in Q's World. Edward Smart shouting out She Wanna. Gigi says hello to NQ's World. Mr. Random is looking at 10 Bells. He's got that Google bug eye look at 10 Bells. Yeah, Mr. Randall, when Tim Bells came in, I said, oh, I see Tim Bells decide to come out from under the bed with her friends. NQ's is shouting out Angels Army. Gigi shouting out Caney Moore. Be the Difference says hey to NQ's World. NQ's World shouting out Foodie Squad. Be the Difference says hey to Mr. Random. NQ says hey. Joy, how are you, hon? Gigi says hello to Be the Difference. Enrico's Bizarre Foods. NQ's World says great story. Thank you, NQ's World. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Tim Bell says hey to Mr. Random. Edward Smart says great story. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Edward. NQ's World says I heard about two I know. Oh, you heard a couple of names you know? Gigi says, very good story. Thank you, sis. We have Triple C and Joe show in the building tonight. How are you all doing? Says, hey, Miss Deb. I'm glad to have you here joining me for story time. I hope you got in time to catch the story. Tim Bell says, hey to Triple C and Joe show. We have our very own dancing diva, Miss Full Roller, in the building. Dancing her way into story time as usual. Says, hey at Deb's Glad Tidings, mods, and chat. Hey, y'all. Listening in. Triple C and Joe show. Says, hey to everyone in the chat. 12 Bells is shouting out Mr. Random. Says, I'm here. 12 Bells shouting out Miss Full Roller. Gigi says, hello to Miss Full Roller, the dancing diva. 10 Bells. Tim Bell says, I'm just in time for the Leo season shout-outs. Miss Firola Sierra. Miss Firola, is it still the Leo season? Triple C and Joe Show says, hey to Tim Bells. NQ's World shouting out 12 Bells says, hey. NQ's World shouting out Triple C and Joe Show says, how are you? 12 Bell says, I can't wait to celebrate the Leos. NQ's World says, I'm great. Thanks for asking. I was in here before you. Laugh out loud, waiting. It's okay. Appreciate you. Bell says, I'm ready to do a full twerk. Oh my goodness. So you moved up, you graduated from a half a twerk to a full one, huh? NQ's World says, I heard my name in a story. It was so cute. Laugh out loud. I just called out the names I heard that I knew. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the story you were featured in NQ's World. Be the Difference says, hey to Miss Full Roller. Miss Full Roller says, yes, ma'am. Still Leo season. Thank you for that, Miss Full Roller. NQ's World says, laugh out loud. Okay, 12 bells. Edward Smart says, hey to Miss Full Roller. NQ says, yes, 12 bells. Come on, sis. Laugh out loud. Shiwana says hi to NQ's World. Well, 12 bells, it looks like we don't have any birthdays in the house. Nobody dropped anything in the chat. So it looks like you might not get to do your full twerk. We have Connor Maynard in the building. How are you, Connor? Connor says hello. Connor, I don't know if you were here in time for the story, but we appreciate having you here in story time. Hopefully you didn't miss it. If you did, you can always catch it on replay. NQ's World says, hey to Miss Full Roller. 12 Bell says, aw. 10 Bell says, aw. Connor says, first time going to Chicago. Okay, well, looks like you guys might have a lot of fun. You can make some new memories. NQ's World says, hey to Shiwana, honey. How are you? Be the Difference says, we can't always celebrate you, Deborah's Glad Tidings. I know, 12 bells. I know. Connor Manor says, I was watching with Kane. I'm in his band. Okay, well, I appreciate you coming into story time with Kane. Connor, we appreciate you. Hopefully, it won't be your last time hanging out with us here in story time. For those of you who are new to the stream, I just want to remind you all that I am a published author. This is my book, My Struggle and Broken Pieces, A Healing for My Soul. That's the title of my book. It is available at Amazon.com. I do have a few on hand, so if you want to get a copy from me, you can get it. No postage. You can get the postage for free. just hit me up on IG at Deb's Glad_tidings. And my Cash App information is in my description area, and you can just Cash App me the $20, and I will get a book out to you as quickly as possible. Connor says this is going to be my first memory going to Chicago. Well, that is wonderful, Connor, and I hope you all have a wonderful, safe trip, enjoyable trip. Connor says, and I can take pictures and put the pictures on my lap. Yes, that's a great idea. That's a great idea, Connor. So I am not going to prolong the hour. We don't have any birthdays. Sorry, 12 Bells. We don't have anybody to celebrate their birthday tonight. Always remember, may his peace be with you until we meet again. Also, remember, story time is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. If for some reason I can't make it to story time, I typically throw up a little brief message letting you know the story time was canceled and when we'll resume. So I will see you all at the next story time. Always remember, I have a will to live. So I will see you all at the next story time on Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. 12L says, I enjoyed myself. See you later. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next story time. Good night.